Go to that mining rig. Let's here's some. Let's go to that one. Chlorine. I see nothing out here. I guess my guy's blinking. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's definitely the game. All over that other little guy went. Let's get some elevation. To like the mountains. Maybe it won't be as foggy. Oh, that's much better. Guess you just pick a landmark and go to it. Let's go to the crane.
So, what have we got? Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
We're looking for animal. There we go. But lubricant, don't we need that? Actually, I think we don't need it, to be honest. I think we bought some. Okay, these are structural. These aren't gonna help us. A couple more back this way. I think people are saying that this platform is something. I could be wrong. That looks like it. Let's sing any external movements. There's one. It's a robot.
Please proceed with caution. Warning. I am programmed to prioritize the...
We're never gonna get this job done with brace mechanical tools. I knew we should have gone with Arcmite. I quit mining because I thought a construction job would be easier. Joke's on me. I got things to do. Check with someone else.
There's immunosuppressant. I would take it.
miracle that none of this equipment's crushed me to death yet. I left a cushy job at Shepherd's. Let me know if you have questions.
Fortunately, it's nothing. Cobalt drilling rig. Let's see if he has any. No, he doesn't. Yeah, let's sell him this helmet. Man, we don't need that helmet.
Well, gotta go. Bye.
The foreman's gonna be pissed if they see you wandering around the site. Nothing wakes you up in the morning like the sounds of heavy machinery.
Where's the foreman? Is that the foreman over here? Did I just miss him?
I'm not a big fan of strangers on my site. Overseeing this crew's a full-time job.
What are you building out here?
The hell are you asking me for? There's a mission board on site. Later.
Where's the mission board? Here it is. Can't really do that. Okay. Was there a mission that was here? Did I just crash? Alright, give me a second.
Dealer is illegal. You will be arrested, fined, and jailed for participating in such a transaction.
Alright, so we're back. We're at Neon City. They're telling us about Aurora, and we can only buy it at Astro Lounge. We can carry it in the city, which would think we need 2 or 3 for what are the medical research?
If they do, Neon Security will handle it. For your own safety, I urge you to avoid those locations entirely. Alright then, that's it. If you have any...
How did a chem like Aurora become legal to buy and use in Neon?
Aurora is the #1 product produced by Xenofresh Fisheries, the company that originally founded what is now called Neon.
Okay.
Clinical studies sponsored by Xenofresh have proven that using Aurora has no long-term negative health effects, and so it was approved for public use. And before you ask, yes, this was also approved by the Freestar Collective, as long as Aurora stays within the city limits.
This reminds me of the old commercials. Well, they're not really old. They're still on there. When it comes to they used to be like come on late at night, and you'd see them sometimes. When it comes to asbestos and was it mesothelioma or whatever? Like it reminds me so much of that.
What's
where
wrong?
everyone else
Say
is like,
something.
it's bad, it's hazardous to your health, and Aurora's like, and Neon's like, nah, bro, it's safe.
Volii Alpha has a unique agreement with the Freestar Collective. We allow their ships to patrol the spaceways, and Neon Security maintains the peace within Neon itself. The only exception is the Freestar Ranger outpost located in the city, but Ranger Price fully cooperates with our department.
So wait, Neon's like a city-state of sorts. Okay, I didn't really realize it was like that. How'd you end up getting stuck with this lousy guard posting?
Lousy? The hell are you talking about? Outside of working the Astro Lounge, this is one of the most secure jobs you can get. Do you have any idea how many people get turned away from Neon Security?
Probably a lot.
How about half the damn platform? No, I'm one of the lucky ones. Spend some time in Ebside and you'll see what I mean.
What's the upside?
Worst part of Neon. Basically, it's the outer perimeter of the entire platform.
Okay.
We're talking poverty, drug dealers, lowlives, gangs.
It's like the well.
It's not worth a visit. If you want to enjoy your visit, stick to the safer parts of town. Stay safe.
This is really cool, though. The fact it's on a platform, and it's on a... Oh, hold on. I need to do this for science.
Keep moving. Scanners won't hurt you.
Oh, they're peaceful.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Well, hello, sunshine. Fishing for a handout. Maybe if you're lucky, we'll talk again later.
I would have thought the seas would have been much more, oh, I don't know, rougher? Oh, let's go to that platform. Okay, so then I have a question. If I go back like this to my ship and I jump off again, will those be counted as new or not? I have questions. Some will, some will not. I will say I've been on a obviously on a boat in the South Pacific where it's been like this, where you look outside and there's ocean for miles. It is a very not really unsettling if you're on a boat with tons of people, but when you just see this for miles for days on end, it makes you feel so isolated. It's insane. And the only thing that kind of gets you through those is routines. It help you keep you sane. Then the first time you see land, it's comforting to know you can get your feet on solid ground. I wonder how far this extends. We really just need 2 of each. I really thought we'd get it over here. I'll pause this for a bit. So we'll just fast travel back up on the ship and we'll keep moving. This is a cool place though.
Keep moving. Scanners won't hurt you. Don't stop unless you're told to do so.
Hey! What do you know? Got him right there.
No bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your stay in Leon.
Alright, let's go up. I think at first we're gonna concentrate on the Crimson Fleet stuff first. Okay, here's the trade authority.
Yeah, what? Yeah? Buying, selling, or moving?
Well, good day to you too.
Alright, smartass, let's cut the bullshit. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price. So, instead of wasting my time making me explain how the business world works, let's get a move on.
Liberated goods, my specific area of
Now
interest.
that's what I'm talking about. We both want to make some money, so what'll it be?
Where's the mission boards?
Yeah. Various employers post jobs to the mission boards for people like you to take. You'll find them in bars, usually near space.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well, first of all, the outpost in Neon is hardly anything to be worried about. They have what, like 4 men covering the entire city? Come on! And even if one of them got, I don't know, suddenly ambitious and put the heat on us, well, there are 2 ways to solve that problem. One way is to leave an unattended cred stick on the counter. The other is to give Sayoka a call. Either way, it's business for us as usual.
Sayoka, okay.
Yes.
particle. The thing looks nasty. Honestly, my guy, you don't have much. Do you have Squall? Do not have Squall. What's the other one we need? Don't have it either. Do you have... Did you have tungsten? I'll buy all of your tungsten. Other than that, you don't have anything else that I can't already make. I'll take all your digipicks though.
All right, buzz off. I'm busy.
Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city.
If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop.
I don't want any trouble.
Good. Then just buy what you want and get out of here. If you don't like it, talk to Styx. That's more like it. You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Styx like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit. I mean, look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal.
I could track him down.
You'd do that? Huh. Okay. Maybe I misjudged you.
Can't allow an assault like that go unpunished.
Huh. I'm glad you see Styx as more than just a possession. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and Styx.
Why is Warlord targeting you?
Warlord's one of the disciples, one of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Styx put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since. Mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me. And he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for.
How did you and Styx end up together?
I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payments stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and fell from the upper platform.
That'll do it.
Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting Styx up and running.
Okay. Not my business, but what happened to your eye?
It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder. Slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too. Until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash.
Why do people give you a hard time about having Styx?
I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to Styx, and Model A robots, they're not really programmed for casual conversation. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. Maybe I am.
See what you have for sale.
If you've got the credits.
Advanced stuff. We got a boom boom rush shotgun here. A mag sniper. Okay. Ooh. What's the one that we have?
The other day, Sticks, I'm...
The one I have is better.
Gazal.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. See,
True relationship with Rennick.
Frank Rennick is the proprietor of Neon Tactical. My primary function is security and protection.
Who spray painted your chassis?
I'm sorry. Your inquiry is invalid. Neon Tactical deals in weapons and armor for use in combat, for paint and home decor. Please visit the appropriate vendor.
It doesn't help me.
End query.
Sometimes, Sticks, I wonder how things would have been different if I took a different path. Hey, if I flipped the coin of life and it came out heads, I was then tails.
Asian apartments.
Got those two. Just don't even bother with.
How can I help you today? Welcome to Newell's. Let me know if you need help with anything.
What do you sell?
Oh my goodness, you're right. I should be taking better care of my customers. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get any rest. Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neon security.
What's this merchant? Who is Dietrich Sieghart?
He runs Sieghart's Outfitters. It's right outside the spaceport terminal. I suppose you could say he's our only real competition.
I still don't know what you sell.
Ask me. He isn't such a terrible person. Please don't tell James I said that.
Why would Dietrich be paying off Neon security?
For protection, I assume. They apparently target certain businesses with some type of safety assurance fee scheme. We've been spared that indignity so far. But it's absolutely disgraceful this kind of thing is happening.
Okay, what's the Merchant Alliance?
It's a little group James formed, with some of the other vendors on Neon. I'd call it more of a support group, because all they do is sit around and complain about how hard it is to run a business here.
Okay. So you're taking Sieghart's side.
I'm not taking anyone's side. I just want all
That's
this
not what I
infighting
heard.
among Neon store owners to end. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive.
That's what they all say.
Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him.
Why are you convinced he's wrong?
It's just a feeling that I have about Dietrich. I'm sure he's paying off Neon security because he has no choice. He can't afford to fight back like my husband expects.
What does James know you disagree with this crusade?
I have no idea. Anytime the subject comes up, it turns into an argument. Frankly, he's so obsessed with this Dietrich situation, I don't think he's listening to me at all.
Wouldn't mind helping your husband out?
No. I'd hate for you to get sucked into the whole silly affair. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. Now all I see is worry on his face.
Well, I can't see him, so.
I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like. But perhaps you'd like to browse our store a bit before you do?
Mind tell me how you two met?
Oh, he'll be so upset for me telling you this. But it's such a funny story. I can't resist. James and I used to work on the Chasm Bass line at Xenofresh. We didn't do any of the Aurora extraction, just dealt with the leftovers. I was a supervisor on the line, and when the alarm went up that it had been stopped, I investigated. I find James inside a storage vat, up to his shoulders in stinky fish guts and blind as a bat. The gut got in his eyes, you see. I had to walk him to the showers, strip his work clothes, and hose him down. When he saw me standing there, he turned bright red. After the shift ended, we went out for a Terra brew and talked. A year later, we were married. Better times. Better times.
What's your opinion about Dietrich?
Dietrich is actually quite a lovely man, though lately he's been under a lot of pressure, which has made him rather bitter. When we first opened our business here in Akuchi Market, he was actually very helpful. Offered us advice. Didn't treat us like competition at all. I'm sorry, I just don't believe Dietrich is doing anything wrong paying off Neon security. We all do what we have to do to survive in this wretched city. Unfortunately, my husband is convinced that fighting City Hall is the way to solve all of Neon's problems. I think he's wrong. Okay, here you are.
Okay. Some of these are better than what we have, but oh, there's Mark II stuff. I don't even know what I'm wearing now. There's a heart. None of what we need. I think we've read both of those. That's a biosuppressant. Immunostimulant. I need both of those. Don't have what I need there. Give me all your digipicks. Oh, this. Let's take... Let's use one of those.
Now, James? I don't want you to get upset. Poor James. That would be lovely.
Hold on. Oh, these aren't clothes. This is like a stimulant point. Okay.
Have a good day.
Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods...
Who's Rosa?
Rosa Newell is my wife. We own this place together.
Sighart, what's that?
Sieghart's Outfitters? Oh, come on. You don't have to pretend you haven't been to his poor excuse for a store off of Bayou Plaza.
How the competition with the cornerstones owning a business?
I understand that. But when you're dealing with a snake like Siegert, normal commerce practices go right out the window.
Okay.
That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe.
How do you keep your place safe?
By standing up to the lowlifes who come in here expecting me to just hand over all of my money. I refuse to be run out of business or be forced to pay protection.
What kind of merchant meetings are you talking about?
A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small merchants alliance. It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting together to air our grievances and watch each other's backs.
Well, you know, he doesn't have a choice.
Everyone has a choice. Some are simply more difficult than others.
This is true.
The only way to fight Neon security is if all the merchants unify and push back on these unreasonable rules. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find...
Is all Neon security corrupt?
I'd say the majority of the guards are rotten, and the few who aren't simply take a paycheck and look the other way. They have Neon completely under their control. The Freestar Collective's own security doesn't even maintain a presence here. If it wasn't for the Freestar Rangers outpost, there wouldn't be a shred of justice in this entire city.
What's the story?
I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbass processing, and that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since. Oh, okay, yeah. That'd be extremely helpful. I honestly don't know what to say.
Thank you might be nice.
Of course. Just be careful when you're dealing with Sheik.
Okay, I like the... How often have you tried speaking to Sigurd yourself?
The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Sigurd said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always... It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me.
I'd like to buy something.
Sure, have a look.
Is it the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay.
Tell everyone you know about our store.
Accessories for all your hectic needs, because everything you've heard is true. LeGrand is the only place to be done.
Your dad's jumping in from where?
Take it easy. Paradiso. All this time we
yeah.
Just being some
If you're here for Blend.
You think he finally regrets disappearing on you?
Did you even bother to look at the shop's name before you... So I'm Legrand.
Never heard of Blend. What is it?
Gotta be new in Neon. Because it's only the most popular drink in the city. You should try one. I guarantee that once you taste it, you'll be hooked.
I'm just browsing.
Browse all you like. As long as you buy before you leave. Look, I don't have time for chit-chat. I've got a lot of business to take care of, so if...
Fine.
No, are you crazy? I've got a captive audience. Blend is part of the Neon charm. It's iconic. Not to mention that Blend's mix... What are you, the nosy type? But if you must know, business...
Yeah. Why is it so popular?
You can't buy it anywhere else except at my... It's got a special Blend.
Give me it.
Hey, if you're going to throw money at me, who am I to keep secrets, right? The primary ingredient in Blend
I knew it.
is Aurora. The rest is the same crap you'd find inside a few liquor bottles. And a touch of sugar to wash it all down. There. Now that
I knew
you're
it.
savvy to the main ingredient, you don't need to be yapping about it in public. Understood? For your information, the distribution of Aurora anywhere except the Astro Lounge is illegal. Off the books, that shit flows like water around the city. Try some Blend.
I knew that would be Okay. I might just get a couple just because. I get like 2.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
There are like addicts in here, bro. You looking at, citizen? I came from that way. Okay, that's reunion. We don't want to do that yet. Departments, trade authority. Okay, so let's maybe Reliant Medical would have it. I'm looking for Squall.
Hey there. Got the shakes, huh? Don't worry. Doc Manning will fix you up.
No, I'm not addicted to anything.
Medical emergency.
Yeah, haven't zoned in like a week. My whole body feels like it's crumbling.
Oh my goodness. Another poor soul. Alright. Tell me what happened to you. Is it an Aurora overdose? Something else perhaps?
I'm here to purchase some medical supplies.
Oh, you're certainly welcome to take a look, but I'm afraid we're
It's unusual for a medical supply company.
I can assure you it isn't by choice. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard, and he doesn't seem to care. We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply chain is his newest tactic.
There's got to be... Have you tried taking this to a higher authority?
I've spoken to the people at Reliant Medical Corporate, I've talked to the Freestar Rangers, I've even gone to the Freestar Collective Council. Every answer is always the same. We're working on it. It's corruption at the highest levels. Ugh.
Okay.
So aggravating.
There's got to be a way to get around this blockade.
There is, actually. But it requires outside assistance. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volai system to bring me medical supplies. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do...
I can help you with it.
That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about anyone other than themselves for a change. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport.
How will we sneak the supplies past?
There's nothing to worry about. As long as packages aren't coming off a commercial vessel, the authorities won't scan them. That's why this has to be done slowly and methodically. If I get too much all at once, they'll catch on to my scheme.
What can you afford?
I use the proceeds from my paying customers. And by cutting a few expenses here and there, I'm able to use a bit of my own money. It's not a bother, really. The cots here at the facility are actually quite comfortable.
It's a resort you have to smuggle.
There's nothing else to be done about it. These people need my help. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the nurses there. She'll get you started. Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful it'll be for the poor folk that live in Ebside.
Okay. Is it possible to break an Aurora habit?
Huh. Well, it's completely dependent upon how long the user's been addicted. People who have been using for, say, 2 years or less I've been able to put through a full detoxification program successfully. But there are others who have been addicted pretty much all their adult lives, and I have yet to try and cure someone who hasn't relapsed.
How exactly does it work?
Aurora stimulates the neural circuits in the brain, specifically targeting the neurotransmitter serotonin in the prefrontal cortex. This causes significant sensory hallucinations, both auditory and visual. That's the enticement factor. As you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. They need more Aurora to satisfy their cravings. Of course.
You just need Squall, my guy. Damn it, you don't have any.
If you need help, remember Reliant.
What I need for... It's whiteout. Still need Squall. And I can't make Squall. Damn, I gotta find it. Is Sigurd's gonna have it? We're not gonna talk to Sigurd about what's his name. I'm looking for...
Nah, I'm feeling a little burnt out. I think I need a break.
Welcome to Sick Hearts Outfitters.
Watching lightning hit the span.
You know, that actually sounds like a good idea.
Great.
Welcome to Sick Hearts Outfitters.
Actually, I might
Everything you need
do
to
it.
explore the settled systems. If I don't have it, you don't need it.
What exactly do you sell?
The question should really be, what don't we sell? We carry a wide assortment of equipment perfectly suitable for stellar exploration and extraplanetary excursions. Best selection in Neon.
That doesn't help me, my guy.
An artifact? Are you making this up? Well, like I said, if I don't have it, you don't need it. But I have a lot of other things you need. I've spent years perfecting my business by polling customers, measuring sales, and carefully adjusting my inventory to cater to just about everyone. So take your time, look around, ask me questions.
You don't have what I
won't
want.
be disappointed. Thank you for noticing. I have a lot of overhead in this place, and just between you and me, I am up to my eyeballs.
That's why he's paying off security.
This is a prime spot right next to the spaceport terminal, but the bills and the rent here are astronomical.
You usually this open with your customers?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It can be off-putting, I know. I picked up the habit from my mother. She was an extraordinary woman, made friends instantly wherever she traveled. Wise as well. If she was still alive, she would have told me to move my shop and cease paying these exorbitant fees.
Should be making a fortune.
You'd think that, right? Unfortunately, I'm barely scraping by. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the details of my business all day. You're here to shop. So why don't you help out a poor shopkeeper like my...
How long you been in business?
I've been at this location for the last 8 years, but I've had a business in Neon for almost 20. As soon as Ryujin broke ground on the tower, I knew the city would start swarming with people, so I went all in. I love this business. It's my life. I can't imagine doing anything else.
Maybe your store would be more successful outside of Neon.
My dear mother would have said the same thing. The fees here are quite expensive, and I'm barely making ends meet. But I've always been quite stubborn. It has not always been easy, but I've been at this location for 8 years, and I won't give up. My business is my pride and joy.
He's being bullied.
You won't find another store like mine on Neon. So please, support my business with your patronage. You won't be disappointed. I'm sure we can make it.
Get some good spacesuits, but the issue is like this gives me extra carrying capacity. Doesn't have any. I will take that titanium.
Come on in, please. Have a good look around.
James Noel objects to you paying Neon security protection fees.
Yes, I'm aware of James's objections. That's partly why I don't go to the meetings. But if I don't pay Dexler, I'll lose my business. And what good would joining the Alliance do then? So, really, I don't have a choice here. If they want to fight Neon security, they can. But I need to protect my livelihood.
What are your thoughts on the Merchant Alliance?
It's fine in theory, but this isn't New Atlantis. It's Neon.
That's true.
Corruption is an institution here. What can a single alliance do to stop what's built into the foundation? I don't want to seem like a defeatist, but frankly, it feels like a waste of time.
Who's Drexler?
Owen Dexler is head of Neon Security, but he is less concerned with crime than he is siphoning money from honest businesses. But it's not just him. All of Neon is corrupt. The only way to survive is to give in to their demands.
The merchants look up to you. They need your leadership.
Really? I didn't know that. But I suppose they used to treat me with respect until I started paying the protection. But they have to understand. I could lose my business if I don't pay Dexler's fees.
Let me get back to you.
All right.
It'll be nice to get away from the clubs.
I have plenty of supplies for your next comeback suit. We have plenty of inventory and...
Does it hurt when you do that?
If you don't see what you need, feel free to ask.
We can, but I still don't see why. Okay.
We can, but
You can't be okay with him profiting off your gains.
You think I'm okay with it? But what power do we really have? And why is that?
Rosa said she gets why you play Dexler, but she also said you're a good man and good men stand up to corruption.
Rosa said that? I remember when her and James first started. They were very green. It was a different time. Okay, you've convinced me. I will stop paying Dexler his safety assurance fee. and tell the Newells I will come to the next meeting. Maybe I will even bring some beverages and snacks. You can't stand up to Neon security on an empty stomach.
Okay. Well, that is a successful mission as we explore. Let's go turn this in while we're at it. The Neon Mining League? I don't think we went in here the first time.
See? I told you. Look at this place. Ridiculous, right?
Why would someone open a mining supplies business on an ocean planet?
Exactly. I can't believe this place is still open. I give it a few more months before this loser packs it in.
What's up? Such a jerk. We should look around and see if there's something we can buy.
Welcome. Welcome, my friend.
What exactly do you sell here?
Isn't it obvious, my friend? I sell mining supplies of all shapes and sizes, as well as many, many hard-to-find
This
types
guy.
of ore. Everything I sell is carefully portioned, securely crated, and ready to be delivered right into the cargo hold of your ship.
Location like this is quite a surprise.
The first time I'd laid eyes on this building, I felt the same way. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volai. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day.
You need a contract with Ryujin. Without any help, what will happen to you?
I don't know, my friend. I suppose I would be at Neon's mercy. Just another failed dreamer, walking the streets and living in a sleep crate.
Perhaps I could help.
That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose.
What do you think? Why do you think you aren't getting much business?
Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volai system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price.
Anything to do to help save your store?
You would do that for a total stranger?
I do it for XP.
Bless you. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business. And you were the final element that was missing.
Okay.
If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group.
Can you tell me more about the Slicer's business plan?
Many in Neon keep to their own, and I believe this is why we failed. James Newell and his Merchant Alliance friends are on the right track, but all they do is spend their time complaining, never solving. We must unify, band together, and help each other out. Then, when one of us falls, the others can reach down and help him rise from the dust. In the meantime, we will refer people to each other's shops, perhaps even promote sales together. It would benefit us all.
Sounds simple enough.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful. You have no idea. I appreciate your help. Certainly, my friend.
This man has a lot of good stuff here.
I hope handing out those flyers isn't too much trouble.
What's coming on? There's the Freestar Rangers. We don't want to go in there yet. Apartment. Here's Newell's goods.
If you have a moment. Hey there. Welcome to Newell's.
Dietrich has agreed to stop payments.
Well, I'll be. And all you had to do was talk to him?
Sometimes that's enough.
Meanwhile, I was so damn stubborn, I made this whole thing harder than it had to be.
Yes, she did.
Given you almost went blind, working with half a kilo of fish guts in your eye. Yeah, I'd agree.
And I'd still be wandering around that storage vat helpless, if not for you. Thanks for your help on this. The Merchants Alliance is finally united. I don't know if we'll ever get a fair shake in the city, but it's a start.
Okay, let's quick save it.
Appreciate the help.
I have a
Hopefully
flyer.
next meeting, Dietrich will be there and everything will go smoothly.
I have a flyer from Saburo.
Here, let me see that. Oh, not a bad idea. You might be onto something here. Thanks for bringing this to me. Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Max, got those two. Just don't even bother with them.
We're just exploring. We might as well.
We have everything you could possibly want. Because everything you've heard is true. The grand
Hey there. Ah, a customer. Feel free to. Got plenty of.
No, I'm not close to it.
Drinks in stock all day? Ah, a custom. Whatever. Sure you don't want some extra blend for the road?
Okay, so it's not like the other one I was doing before. One, two. The apartment.
Need a what? What can? Not something I'm interested in. Not something I'm in. Sticks, how's this month looking?
I'm sorry.
This better not be a waste of my... Nah, I don't think I want to get mixed. If you, find anything else?
What can Reliant Medical do for you?
Or not, you can take this flyer.
You aren't looking well at all. I wouldn't mind a bit of extra traffic as long as the supplies allow for it. Try not to get hurt out there.
It's a trauma pack. Okay, cigarettes?
Borealis, you know? Hey there, Intrepid Explorer. Well, she's moping around. Ready to make your
Joining the Hello there! Business could always be... Remember to steer clear of Neon security.
It's an option.
Our beds are comfortable and affordable, and with a crime rating of only 16%, your safety is almost guaranteed. So go out, have your fun. Next, we are the Emporium, and you have arrived.
The Emporium.
So, why did you drag me in here?
You said you wanted to buy something nice for your girlfriend, so here we are.
That is cool.
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune? This place is way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
There's expensive.
All of our
and then
items are
there's the
guaranteed
Emporium.
to be of the highest.
Places in a-
Are you sure you're in the right place? You certainly don't.
Well,
look
that's
like
offensive.
usual clientele.
Alright, 300k credits. Here's usual clientele look like.
I cater to the high-end client. Affluent, intelligent, and successful. In Neon, that would be what we call the upper 10%.
No need to insult me.
Yes, you're right. Of course. Of course. My apologies. Please forgive my disrespect. we have quite a few, shall we say, thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods.
Who's
The
Seoka?
Seoka Syndicate, of course. I'm surprised you haven't run into any of them. They're a group of organized criminals who use threats and violence to push their own agenda. And honest people like me tend to suffer the consequences. They're based out of Neon, but no one is certain who runs the syndicate. Could be anyone. Ah, yes, the authorities. Neon Security.
Okay. They're in their pocket then.
Who couldn't solve a crime if it occurred right in front of their faces.
Sadly, I think he's right. Neon Security isn't going to do anything about the problem.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable... Oh, I carry all sorts of unique items from... I'm not one to boast, but my shop won me my position as Administrator Bayou's personal decorator. His penthouse is my... before I forget, I also pay top credits to travelers that bring me unique baubles and trinkets, so keep...
Okay.
Oh. Well. Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. Whatever it takes. Just... Anyway. I believe he's a newer member of Seoka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewers. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about... He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you could... Look, if he somehow disappeared, you...
Yeah.
You won't find the more... Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items.
Nice, I'll take that. There's Enhance, Neon Security, Terror Brew.
My insomnia.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's...
Welcome to Calvin, the Settled Systems' premier financial institution. Have you tried one of our advanced teller machines?
Out of my face. I want to talk at something. Take it to the asshole.
If Benjamin Bayou's ego was as combustible as helium-3, he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship in the Settled Systems.
I think I got them. No, what do you call them?
I've heard that Benjamin Bayou has a private penthouse at the top of the tower. The view from up there must be breathtaking.